Yeah, last class we have discussed, guys, the floating load type of converter, right? And today's class we are going to discuss about the grounded load converter. So in floating load we have seen that how do we place the load current with the applied input voltage. Okay, so here this is coming under the group of V to I converter with floating load. Then the next topic is voltage to current converter with grounded load. In the floating load we have seen that the load is not connected to ground, and now we will see in the case of grounded load the load will touch to the ground. Okay, and in this circuit also we will place the relation in between the IL and applied VI. Let's draw the circuit, guys. One question I may ask in fact from this topic, that place the relation in between your IL to VI for the case of grounded load or floating load. Okay. Okay. So look at the circuit. Here the resistors connected to the op-amp are labeled with R except the load resistor RL. Now the RL is connected with respect to the ground. That's why the name of the circuit with respect to ground, V to I converter with respect to ground or with grounded load. Okay. So here also we have to place the relationship in between IL and VI. So actually this type of circuit, what you are observing at here, the RL is connected to ground and it is also known as Howland current converter from the name of its inventor. Okay. So in this analysis of the circuit, let's label this nodal voltage as V1. Okay. And this voltage V1 is applied at the non-inverting input of op-amp. Okay. Then how do we place the relationship between this V1 and the load current? That is important. So if RL is connected at here and I1 is approaching in this side, and here also one resistor is connected from V0 to this side. So suppose this current is I2, then IL is in this direction. Okay. So here with respect to ground we have connected, right? So the terminals for RL is like this because the flow of current is coming downward. Now we will place the relationship, and here we can see that the two available current IB minus and IB plus. Okay, here the applied or the bias current towards the negative input terminal is 0, and it is also 0 for the positive or non-inverting input terminal. So to place the relationship, guys, have you drawn the circuit? Let's apply KCL at node B1. So where is our V1, and now what is the input towards the op-amp, whether it is Vi or V1, guys? The applied input towards the op-amp is V in or V1? Guys, still sleeping? Wake up, wake up. Look at the circuit. What is the applied input voltage towards the op-amp?
V1.
Yes, V1 only. Just remember this concept, okay? This will be helpful later. So here, if we apply KCL at node V1, I1 and I2 are approaching towards V1 while IL is leaving from V1. So the same thing we can represent it here, I1 plus I2 equal to IL. Now tell me the value for I1.
Vi minus V1 by R.
Yes. Then I2.
V0 minus V1 by R
Yes. Next IL.
is equal to V1 minus 0 by RL.
Okay. IL we
V1
need na.
minus
Wait.
RL.
IL. Ha. IL we need na. So let's keep it as it is. Later we may utilize this. Or because we need the equation in terms of IL format na, we should not break this at here. So let's leave it at here. Now we will solve this part. So here just R to this side and this remaining numerator to one side. So here Vi, yeah, tell me guys, plus V naught minus of
Minus
2V
2V
equal to
equals to
IL.
IL.
Hmm. So what is V1? Our requirement is V1, no, because our applied input is V1 for the circuit. So here we can write that equation Vi plus V naught minus of ILR whole divided by 2 is the value of V1, right? You can make a note that V1 is the input voltage in your copy to understand it later. Up to this you got? Yeah, now tell me what is the gain for this circuit, guys? If suppose gain is A, what is the gain for this circuit? All the equations, all the resistances are okay in terms of R. So if suppose I want to write the gain equation, first you tell me this gain I have to write in terms of inverting amplifier or non-inverting amplifier.
Non-inverting.
So if it is non-inverting, what should be the basic equation for that? 1 plus
RF.
RF
RF
by
by
RI.
R. But here RF and R both are R, right? So what should be the equation? What is the gain value? 2.
2.
Right? Okay. I have to erase the top part. Have you written up to this? Means tell me I have to erase because my page is not moving down. It got stopped. Still one more page is there, but it is not moving. Yeah, if you have written this means tell me I have to add a new page. Have you written? Up to gain is 2? Yes or no also you are not telling, guys. What happened to you?
Yes.
Okay, fine. After getting the gain is 2, now tell me what is the V naught equation, guys. Gain into V in. So here gain is 2 and V in is V1. So what is the V naught? 2 V1. So what is the V1 available with us? Two into Vi plus V naught minus ILR. We calculated no the value of V1 in previous equation. So what is the V naught equation then? Guys, tell me.
Vi plus V naught minus ILR. ILR minus
Okay. So here V naught here V naught
IL.
here V. Yeah. Vi can be written as ILR. IL equal to Vi by R. So now we can place the relation, right? IL is proportional to Vi. We can place or not? Guys, what is our requirement?
IL proportional to VI.
Yes, so here we have proved that the load current, okay, is proportional to the applied input voltage in the V to I converter. You can place the relation like this. So what are the applications where we are using this V to I converter? The low voltage DC voltmeter, the low voltage AC voltmeter, diode tester, match finder, Zener diode tester. In these circuits, we can use this V to I converter. Then the last topic for this section is current to voltage converter. So here guys, in this current to voltage converter, what we have to do, we have to prove that the output voltage is proportional to the input current. Okay, this should be our requirement in the current to voltage converter. So let's see the circuit. V naught should be proportional to II. So for this, we have to take current is the applied input source, and this is II, and another terminal is grounded, and here we have to use the feedback resistor as R, and this is the V naught. Okay guys, here I have II, here I have suppose the terminal A, here it is B. So let's see how do we place the relation, how do we make V naught is proportional to II. So actually we can rewrite V equal to IR, right? So here because we don't have IR now, we can rewrite V naught equal to gain into V in. We are writing that equation, no? Generally what we are writing, gain into V in. So here gain is available but V in is not there, we have to write I in, right? So here you just consider it is in ohm. Okay, you just consider that, and that's why if we replace this gain with ohm, we have to consider this as the trans resistance amplifier in this case, because we have to place the relationship that V equal to IR term. Now actually if we will analyze the circuit, this node A is at virtual ground. Yes or no? So if suppose the applied voltage at node A is VA, What should be the value of VA, guys? If A is at virtual ground?
0.
0. So if now I will write the value of current II, what should be the equation? If I will write II equation, it is nothing but VA minus
VA minus
V
by
naught
R.
by, now VA is 0. So II is minus of V naught by R. Now you tell me from this above equation, it can be written as that, no, V naught is proportional to II. Because V naught equal to minus of II into R. From that we can label this as V naught, or the output voltage is proportional to the input current. That's all, very simple. You have to place the relationship. And this circuit is also called as the current control voltage source. Okay. And if R is replaced with Z, it will become transimpedance amplifier. So where do we use this circuit? In the photodiode detector, in the photo FET detector. Guys, this is very simple, but you have to remember the concept. In voltage to current converter, we have placed the relationship in between IL proportional to VI. Then in current to voltage converter, we have placed the relationship in between V0 is proportional to II. These two things you have to remember. Okay. If these questions are coming in the CAT, it's okay, but one question will come in now in your FAT exam. So this is all about your AC/DC amplifier and voltage to current converter. The next topic I will move. So here you got this concept. Shall I move to the next topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, these are the basics. I don't want to skip this. Okay. Later this will help you to get into the subject. Suppose the questions are coming, not coming, it doesn't matter, but you should learn the concept. Okay. The next topic is scaling and averaging amplifier. Guys, my background noise is coming. Any background
Yes,
sound from my side, it is coming.
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. थोड़ा
One
थोड़ा आ
minute.
रहा.
1 minute. Okay. So scaling and averaging amplifier. First we will focus upon the scaling amplifier, right? So scaling amplifier means, guys, I'll draw the circuit for this. You can write the V0 equation for the circuit. Okay. 1 minute. Scaling amplifier, no guys, we are applying more than one input voltage at the input terminal of op amp. Okay. So what should be the output for the given amplifier circuit? You have to decide that. If we are applying more than one input voltage, what we are calling, guys, earlier? and suppose this end is not fully grounded, but I have applied one resistor at here. Suppose this value is Rx and Rx is equal to R1 parallel to R2 parallel to R3. So like the R compensating resistor, why we are using the R compensating resistor? To reduce the offset effects. Okay. So for this case guys, what should be the V0 equation? Just look at the circuit and tell me. Generally.
Minus of V1 plus V2 plus V3.
Minus?
Minus of V1 plus V2 plus V3.
How do you know that? Where is that RF and R1, RF, R2, RF, R3 value? It should be there, no?
Yes, ma'am.
If you write the original V0 equation, it is nothing but minus of whole equation. It is inverting amplifier. The applied inputs are applied at the inverting input of op amp. So that minus of RF by R1 into V1 plus RF by R2 into V2. Next one you tell me. RF by
R3 into V3.
V3, right? So this is the original equation for this given amplifier. But if we take all the R's are equal, R1, if R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to RF equal to R, if we consider, then only you can say no. Now what is the gain magnitude at here? If both are R, all are R, what is the gain magnitude at here? What should be the gain? Now what is the gain for this circuit? You are not watching my screen also.
Minus RF by R into V1 plus V2 plus V3.
Don't tell like that. I am asking only gain.
1, 1.
Minus 1, ma'am. Minus.
1. You tell 1. Okay. Correct or not? So if gain is 1
Yes,
or
ma'am.
yeah. So what should be the V0? Minus of V1 plus V2 plus V3, right? Suppose why I am teaching the same concept like the summer circuit. For this example, suppose you have to take RF value is given, suppose 12 kilo ohm, then R1 is 3 kilo ohm, then suppose R2 is 24 kilo ohm, then R3 is 8 kilo ohm. Okay. How do you write the equation again? Tell me.
V0 equals to minus RF.
Don't tell RF. RF value is also given 12 kilo ohm. You tell me that value.
Okay, minus 12k ohms.
RF is 12k. No, RF by R1. It is 4,
R,
no?
okay,
4 V1.
4
4
V1.
V1.
4 V1 plus
Plus
plus 1 by 2 V2
0.5 V2. 1 by 2 is 0.5.
plus plus 3 by 2 1.5 V3.
1.5 V3.
Okay. So these are called as your scaling factor. Okay. That's why the name of the amplifier is called as scaling amplifier, or individually in the scaling amplifier the amplification factor for the individual input voltage is weighted. Okay, and it is not same, these are different, right? Yes or no? The weight is similar? No, it is different, it is variable. So to meet the desired output voltage we need scaling amplifier at a fixed rate of RF and different input resistances. So this is the purpose of the scaling amplifier. Got the concept? Why do we call this a scaling amplifier and not the summer circuit? Because of this weight. Okay. Got the concept of the scaling amplifier? Then
Yes, ma'am.
next we will come for the averaging amplifier. In the same concept we may go, guys. In the averaging amplifier, the same equation, the same circuit we may follow. Suppose in this previous equation we have seen that R1 equal to R3 equal to R. Okay. So suppose, let me to write the topic. Next one is averaging amplifier. So if R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to R, we are considering in the previous circuit we just refer. So the equation will become the weight equation, or the gain equation will become RF by R. It means 1 by n number of things. So here what we are doing, n number of inputs we are taking. So here in this case, how many input we have taken, guys, in the previous example?
Ma'am, 3.
So RF by R in terms of 1 by n I want to represent means
1 by 3.
1 by 3. So again if I will go for my previous equation, V naught equal to minus of RF by R whole into V1 plus V2 plus V3, right? So the answer will become how much now?
Minus 1 by 3 V1 plus V2 plus V3.
Yes, V1 plus V2 plus V3 by 3. This is called as averaging amplifier output equation. Okay.
Ma'am, ma'am, what is the difference between scaling amplifier and the summing amplifier? Summing, ma'am.
See, here we are adding the weight, whether you are getting different weight for different input.
Yes,
Weight
ma'am.
is defined. Where is the weight? We have taken the average of the all input voltages, no, taken together.
Ma'am, not in averaging amplifier, ma'am, in sampling amplifier.
Not sampling, scaling.
Yes, ma'am, scaling amplifier.
Huh?
Ma'am,
What
why
is
you
the
have
difference between
written
both,
the
ma'am?
reason?
I'm not getting. Both are speaking and it is noisy for me. I'm not getting.
Ma'am, like what is the difference between that scaling amplifier and summing, ma'am? Summing inverter.
Yeah, in summing amplifier, if you see V naught is directly V naught equal to, we are writing V1 plus V2 plus V3, right? But when you convert this to scaling amplifier, the weights are there, no? Weight of this thing. We are adding additional weight, no? Now that will become scaling amplifier.
Like in exam, how can we identify that the given circuit is scaling amplifier or summing in?
From the given RF and R1, R2, R3 up to Rn value.
Okay, ma'am.
Suppose the question will be that design a summer circuit. In that summer, you can take RF and all the input resistances so that it should make the gain as 1. Are you getting?
Okay, ma'am.
I have already
Ma'am,
shown.
one thing, ma'am. Ma'am, why you have written reason RF equals to R? It should be like N RF equals to R, na?
N RF equal to R. No. In this equation directly if you come, we are taking RF by R, no? So finally what you will conclude from this equation? If you write the definition from this final equation only, what will you write? Average of all the input voltages are taken together, you will write like that only or not?
Yes, ma'am, but like you have written this final equation,
That is the
na?
logic. Yeah, that is the logic behind that. How we came up
Ma'am,
to this
RF
point.
equals to R. RF equals to R. Ma'am, like,
See, in this equation 1, no, it is cancelling out. Generally, if you write the average of anything, what will you write that?
ma'am, RF by R equals to 1 by 3, right?
Yes, from that only we have proved that. That is also the weight only, no.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Generally, when you write the equation for average of anything, what will you write? Actually, you should know that the definition of the averaging amplifier should be the average of all the applied input voltages. It is not only 3, it may be Vn actually. V naught equal to minus of V1 up to Vn plus up to that whole divided by n. Then only you will get confirmed, no? You write as a note. Are you getting my point? How do you write the average for n number of input? Suppose
Ma'am,
we have,
summation of numbers upon total number of numbers.
yeah, that is the general definition, right? But in case of
Yes, ma'am.
operational amplifier, then only you are writing, no, Rf by R is 1 by n.
हाँ मैम, वही बोल रहे थे, वो जो आपने लास्ट में इक्वेशन लिखा ना, उसमें
Hmm.
रीजन आपने आर एफ इक्वल्स टू आर लिखा ना, वही बोल रहे थे, लाइक वो 3 RF इक्वल्स टू आर नहीं होगा?
3Rf इक्वल टू R ही होगा वो. n लिखो, वो 3Rf मत लिखो, n. ओके.
ओके मैम, ओके ओके।
अरे ये मेरा पेन आज काम नहीं कर रहा है आफ्टर सम टाइम. एक मिनट. Guys, you just write whatever the things I informed you now. You just write. My pen is not working, guys. 1 minute. It started. So better. Now you tell me from the average amplifier, you know the basic. Like guys, you have learned the integrator and differentiator circuit, no? Generally, you know the value for integrating sine wave is getting minus of cosine, but by the help of the op-amp, what you are getting, it is plus cosine, right? Yes or no? So in scaling or in averaging, in all the cases, scaling means we have to add additional weight to the output voltage. The output is nothing but the scaling sum of the applied input voltage. So in case of averaging amplifier also, we have to write that V naught is nothing but V1 plus V2 up to Vn whole divided by how much it should be?
N मैम।
N. This is the basic definition of the averaging amplifier, right? So how do you get this n? That is the thing, and that's why I have shown you. In this way we will get this n. Simply we cannot write that it is 3. How this 3 came, I have written it here. But finally if you observe this equation, for this case you may write that Rf equal to R. But actually how we got Rf by R equal to 1 by n concept, that you have to remember internally. By the help of the op-amp only we have proved that. Okay, this is the logic only, don't get confused. Generally if you write definition of average amplifier, this concept is true, but how do you get this n? From that Rf by R only you may get this n. That's all, very simple, don't get confused. Either you may go for 1 by 3 concept, or if you are getting that Rf equal to this one, you may go like this also. No issue for this. Okay, any doubt? Suppose it is not only 3, it is up to V5. How do you write the equation?
मैम RF by R equals to 1
1
by
by
5.
5.
How do you get that 1 by 5? By which formula?
मैम RF by R equals to 1 by N.
That is the original concept. Okay, if you write the gain in terms of this, suppose all Rf and R are equal, how do you write at that time? Can anybody say what should be the average equation at that time? If all the available resistances are equal in the circuit, what should be the V0 equation?
Minus V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus Vn up to Vn.
Up to Vn, yes. Same thing. How do you know that?
V not equals to minus Rf by R1 V1. This equation, ma'am.
And all are equal at that time. So that time what I should write? Rf equal to R I have to write or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is the thing behind the concept. Okay. Okay guys, next topic is instrumentation amplifier. So till now what you have studied, if you see your inverting and non-inverting amplifier, in your lab case you just consider guys, if you exceed that plus minus 30 volt, what should be the shape of the output? Guys, what should be the shape? If you are applying a sinusoidal input voltage, V in is 1 volt up to what volt you are going to get? You are going to multiply this V naught equal to V in into gain. Okay, it means you are applying a signal for higher extent only. So have you tried the millivolt signal to amplify? You try this. What do we do if the signal level is very low? How does the amplifier will amplify the output in case of your existing amplifier circuit, like inverting, non-inverting, any kind of amplifier circuit if you are using, whether it will amplify the output properly? Suppose as I said, you are going to observe the change of any storage plant, okay, the overall temperature or any device you are going to store at some stipulated temperature or any stipulated time limit or anything, you are going to check the change in its temperature or pressure or any physical effect. So how do you capture that? How do you note that this much of change has been happened? If the change is very slow, you have to capture that, no? So these are the cases when we have to amplify a very low level of signal, okay, and that should be noted or that should be amplified. That time we have to use the instrumentation amplifier. So this instrumentation amplifier is nothing but a difference amplifier. And what are the specification of this, guys? So first it will show high CMRR value, okay. So ideally we know that CMRR value infinite, but it will show extremely high CMRR value, okay, for the input impedance and very low output impedance, and it offers accurate and stable gain typically in the range of 1 to 1000 volt per volt, okay. So it is basically used to show the output accurately or to accurately amplify the low level signal. Just make a note of it, guys. To amplify accurately a low level signal. Guys, those who are present for this class, you type yes in the chat box for your attendance. So in definition wise, we can say that the instrumentation amplifier is used to amplify the low level signal accurately in the presence of a large common mode component such as a transducer output in process control and biomedicine. Guys, the chemicals, if you store at some temperature, next day what should be the level of that chemical, whether it is maintaining the same property, whether the properties of the chemicals are not changed in the next day, you are making to stabilize the parameters in that respective condition. Or suppose we are using something sometime, if you are keeping stocks in your refrigerator, guys, due to some environmental condition, you may notice that it may get ice, even though if you are not putting the items in the freezer, in normal racks also if you are putting, it may get ice. Why it is happening? Because of the change in the temperature level of the fridge and also the environmental effect. You can see, suppose you are keeping the low temperature or low knob setting of the refrigerator in the winter season as well as in the summer season, but the low temperature setting will give you enough cooling during winter but less cooling during the summer. You have observed this thing, no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that changes. How do you capture those changes? That is through the instrumentation amplifier. Okay. As per the applied input voltage as well as with respect to the environmental changes, you have to capture the output. So this is called as instrumentation amplifier. In detail, I'll discuss this after CAT only. So whatever the topic I have explained in class, that is the syllabus for your CAT. Okay. If you have
Ma'am,
any
that means
Do we have
averaging
class
amplifier,
tomorrow?
ma'am.
Ma'am, do we have class tomorrow?
Yes, class tomorrow, but up to today's class only the CAT syllabus.
Like till averaging amplifier.
Ma'am, give 1 day for preparation, ma'am. 1 day
Yes,
holiday,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Please.
Tomorrow you want me to cancel the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay!
Thank you, ma'am.
No, guys, class will be there, but I'm telling you na, for relaxation purpose. That portion will not come, no. Otherwise, that thing will be in your mind. Okay, okay, ma'am, what she will teach in the last class, that will also come in exam. That will increase your enthusiasm, no. So that's what I can kept the topic up to today's class only. Then also you are getting worried. Later you may get many relaxation class, Santanu. Don't worry.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Just attend the class, no issue. Tomorrow you just attend the class. Class will be there, guys. We cannot cancel the